pulled out his wallet. He said, Tim, I've been trying to get that video forever. Here is $200 for that one clip. In a week's time, I'm speaking at an event. Here's $100 to get started. And if you want the other $100, I will give it to you after completion of footage. As a broke university marketing student, what do you think I did? See you later assignments, see you later exams. That doesn't matter anymore. I'm getting this $100. And a week later, I give Yohan a USB stick, not just with that one video, but 20 other videos that I thought he was saying some really smart stuff.
Welcome to my podcast, My Migrant Soul. This is Imran Abul Kashem, serial entrepreneur, former journalist, and personal branding expert. I have my migrant background. I have lots of story to tell. I know every migrant, they have a story. Story of struggle, story of resilience, story of a success. Today I have a very special guest. He's a friend of mine. We are in the same marketing industry. And he also started podcast before COVID. And he got a community and everything. I think he can add lots of value in terms of the podcast and the marketing industry. So let's introduce my guest, Tim Beanland.
Imran, thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
Exciting to be on the other end of the microphone.
I know you are the expert of podcasting, and to get your interview, I feel nervous.
No, you should not be nervous. And that's the thing with podcasts. We build it up in our head. So I've interviewed some amazing people. 4-time premiership winning coach Kevin Sheedy, Jim Penman of Jim's Mowing, Jim's Cleaning, Olympic, Paralympian, Navy SEALs. I've had some great people on my show. Jim Penman, I said the same thing to him the second time. I said, Jim, I'm nervous today. He said, why are you nervous? I'm the one displaying my thing. So no, you don't have to be nervous, mate. You don't have to be nervous.
But tell me about yourself.
Yep. So I'm a marketing nerd who helps clients create 3 months of video content in just 45 minutes. But more importantly, we use that content to generate interest, awareness, and create the bottom line effect, which is ultimately sales. But if you're a business in 2025 who does not exist on the online space, you're missing out on the biggest opportunity we have right now. So for me, I've got a formal background and training in marketing. I started sales as an 18-year-old and I was cold calling for a debt reduction firm. And there was this one guy who we could save him 250 grand and he just wouldn't believe me because I was cold calling him. I didn't have a brand. And I just said to him, mate, we can save you a lot of money here. Why are you not listening to me? He told me to explicitly go away. He hung up and I'm sitting there bewildered going, why is this man not listening to me? I had a look down and I saw the bank and he was with ANZ. And I thought to myself, imagine if I called up from ANZ Bank and I said, hey mate, we've seen some inefficiencies in your home loan. We've got a new product. We can save you $250,000. Do you want to have a chat about it? I bet that guy would listen to me, right? Now, I was 18 making cold calls at the time, but I realized and then I became obsessed with learning everything I possibly could about marketing so that when a salesperson in your organization calls up and says, hi, my name's Tim from West End Photography. I want to have a chat about a new podcast studio. That person doesn't say, go away or send me an email or tell me later. That person goes, oh my God, Imran, I've been meaning to talk to you. So I started my first company called Bean Talking, a pun on my last name, Beanland. Yeah. But Bean Talking, even though it was we've been talking to you, it was on that I've been meaning to talk to you. If I as the sales rep can have a phone call where the client already knows me, likes me, trusts me, sales no longer becomes this dirty thing, but it just becomes a process of helping because every single call that I have and my clients have, we're getting on these calls with prospects and they say, I already feel like I know you. Now, for me as a marketer and a salesperson, that's the ultimate goal. You should never be struggling on sales calls if you know how to leverage marketing and sales properly in 2025. So that's me. I'm obsessed with using efficient marketing so that by the time you enter a salesperson into that role, you have little resistance. And I'm telling you, I'm at a close rate of my sales of 90% this year, 90% because of this.
So you have formal training or marketing degree, as we discussed. So how marketing degree can help you in terms of the sales process? Or do you learn more in the education system or you learn more outside doing?
My marketing degree gave me the passion, the learning, and the knowledge to go and find out how do we take our ideas and businesses and solutions and how do we get that in front of the right person at the right time when they're receptive to that message. So how my marketing degree helped me truly understand who a customer is, why they buy, why they don't buy, and what activities we need to do along every spectrum of marketing, sales, and activities. My marketing degree gave me the fire to go and learn. Now, something that puts me ahead of a lot of marketers is I also have a sales background. So in every organization that I've been in, big and small, for some reason, the marketing department and the sales department don't get along. Why do they not get along? Well, it's because marketing defines a lead very differently to sales. A marketing qualified lead is a sales number or email, but the salesman goes, I want to talk to the guy that's ready to talk to me, right? So my marketing degree gave me the perspective of top-level marketing, but then it was the sales skills that actually brought me into what's the value of a customer and a sale. So it's not one or two alone. It's formal qualifications in marketing combined with a love and a passion for being a student of sales.
One other thing just strike in marketing degree, that's a constant revolution in digital industry is moving. If last couple of years is AI. And all other thing is coming, like when one graduate finish their degree, but within the 6 months, you have so many different thing, different industry coming.
So this is what a marketing degree teaches you how to do, right? A marketing degree will teach you how a consumer thinks and everything that we can possibly do to get that consumer primed to want to know about us. Now, when you talk about changes in the marketplace like AI, like social media, that's just one vertical of marketing. That's not the whole thing. Because I can tell you what worked to grow a business 40 years ago still works today. If you go and you shake hands at a networking event and you get a number and you learn how to sell, which worked 40 years ago, I can tell you that will grow your business. Now, will it grow it at the rapid, fast pace that if you get an AI lead system and bring all these fancy things, you're not going to grow as quickly, right? But a marketing degree teaches me to look at what's happening in the marketplace and then ask the question, well, so what? Now, it can be very properly explained by TikTok. If my target customer is a 65 to 80-year-old and I'm trying to sell retirement living to that person, is TikTok the platform for me to be on? Absolutely not. But TV ads are. If I'm selling to 18 to 35-year-olds, is TV ads the right place for me to be on? Absolutely not. TikTok probably is. So a degree in marketing will show you that tactics change, digital channels change, social media changes, different platforms will come out tomorrow which will completely change the way that you communicate with your target market, but the core fundamentals of how humans behave and humans act do not change. Paul Murphy in our marketing strategy unit would say, if your strategy at the end of this week is social media, Paul Murphy, will kick you out of the room. The reason for that is social media, AI is tactical and it changes. So yes, it's important to do that. But if you don't understand the underlying strategy of why the hell you would do that, there's no point.
I would say more human psychology, customer behavior pattern, all of this matter to the marketing. And that is like human psychology, have a revolutionary changes.
And to get this completely clear for the people that are listening, 80% of my leads come through social media and LinkedIn, right? I deeply understand that as a channel, but it's not the only thing that I rely on to grow my business. So let me get that completely clear. I'm not saying if you ignore social media in 2025, you are a fool. But all I'm saying is the over-reliance on that as a channel, as a platform, as that is marketing, when things that worked 40 years ago still works today, it's just, for me, an absolute misnomer that marketing is social media. Social media is just one piece of the puzzle.
So you have a passive marketing, you have active marketing, lots of layer as well. It's not only one thing. If you think you give a Facebook post and you will change the world, it never happens.
No.
And also what I learned from sales, out of 10 steps, 7 steps is you organize your home. And then 3 steps you go out.
If you want to grow as a person, start a business, because that's going to have to teach you how to get out of your comfort zone, how to learn how to sell, how to learn marketing, how to learn accounting, systems, processes. The best personal development growth, you're talking about the home, start a business.
So you're talking about the starting business. I'm keen to know how you start a business.
All right. As we know, I was completing a marketing degree. Someone told me that it would be a great idea to go and network with other business owners. Use LinkedIn, say, hey, I'm a marketing student. Can I come and talk to you, Imran? You're a successful business owner. I want to learn from you. Can I buy you a coffee?
Yeah.
So I did about 50 of these notebook chats on pens and paper. And what happened was I was learning from 6-figure business owners, $1 million business owners. I would then create a selfie video of the experience that I've just had. Now, what was happening was I kept getting trolled. I kept getting negative comments, because here's an 18-year-old telling you how to grow $1 million business. My best man, Rob, said to my face, Tim, who are you for putting up this business lessons and this advice? So I went, Rob, I'm going to go start a podcast. So at the back end of 2018, I start my first podcast. This podcast has gone on. I've interviewed 4-time premiership winning coach Kevin Sheedy, Jim Pemmett of Jim's Mowing, multiple other experts. And episode 18, I met a business owner called Yohan Nagura. And Yohan, at the end of that 45-minute episode, he said, Tim, there's a bit in there about email marketing where we doubled a business in 3 months with just one subject line. Can you please find that video for me, cut it out, because I've been trying to get that on film forever and you got that out of me today. Now, I'm a marketing student at the capstone unit of my degree. I've got assignments, I've got exams, I've got all this stuff. So I said, Yohan, I don't know where that video is. This is a hobby for me. I got to watch through that whole thing just to find that one video. It's going to take time. Then I got to cut it. He stopped me. He put up his hand and pulled out his wallet. He said, Tim, I've been trying to get that video forever. Here is $200 for that one clip. In a week's time, I'm speaking at an event. Here's $100 to get started. And if you want the other $100, I will give it to you after completion of footage. As a broke university marketing student, what do you think I did? See you later assignments, see you later exams. That doesn't matter anymore. I'm getting this $100. And a week later, I give Yohan a USB stick, not just with that one video, but 20 other videos that I thought he was saying some really smart stuff. Yohan pulled me aside and he said, Tim, you have to start a business. I called up my uncle, who's a mortgage broker in Sydney. I said, I just got paid to do a podcast. He went, how? And then I flew up to Sydney and we workshopped what was then the business that we see today. Because I realized, I said, I just did a 45-minute conversation with Yohan and I got him 20 videos. You put 2 of those out a week, that's 3 months of video in 45 minutes for him, right? Well, that's just an off-the-cuff chat. What if I brought some marketing into this? What if I bought my degree? What if we planned this thing out so that when I get to you and I film, we can create videos that not only look good and sound good, but they actually are targeted to what your customer thinks about, because we bring that marketing into it. Now, I then just got into sales mode because I was a salesperson at the time. So I start going to networking. I start making cold calls. I start posting on LinkedIn. And I've grown my business over the last 10 years through solid marketing foundation and direct selling through networking.
So money talks. I will say the money talks. Money will also inspire you. Money is not a bad thing for me.
No.
If I have a money, I can use so many things.
No.
I can have lots of impact to other people's life. But also, a business without the money, it doesn't go.
Well, I'll do one better. A business without sales and therefore lack of money dies. Nothing happens without a sale. Nothing. If you do not have a reliable selling system, it doesn't matter how good you are. Your business lacks the oxygen that is sales and cash flow.
Definitely. If you are an entrepreneur, you don't know how to sell.
Yep.
It is hard to go to the entrepreneur world. That's a great thing. But we come to you talking about the networking event. So how you feel like I'm a big networker, and last 12 years I spend my time with the networking event, and I find so many value and so many like personal branding and other stuff. But what you think about the network event happening and how it helped the marketing as an expert?
If you're first starting a business, you think your product or service is the best thing, but you don't know until you bring that to market, will the market like what I'm doing? And I don't care if you think your product is good. If the market doesn't take it up, then that is not a good product. The market determines how good you are, not you. So big companies like Coca-Cola and Holden and Ford and Red Bull and these large organizations spend a lot of money, and we did a lot of units in my degree about marketing research. But as a small to medium business, you do not have the money to go and do that research to get the customer feedback. So what is the way that a small business can not only grow, but also get market feedback? It's through going and finding a customer and delivering that service. See, a lot of people think when they start a business that we need to do a website and a branding and everything, and we need to get lead systems, and we need 10 clients in the next 6 months. What I say is go and find one client. Go and deliver service for that one client. Get feedback. Get what works, what didn't work, what did you like, what impressed you. Use that feedback to then go and find the next customer, and then the next customer. And then you get 3 customers. Now you have testimonials. You have examples. Now you have collateral that you can create to then go out to the wider market and start advertising. Where networking comes in is networking helps you find that one customer without running ads, without spending oodles of time on a landing page or website. You can go to networking events, and if you get the right one, you stand up and you deliver your 30-second elevator pitch. And you get a chance every week to refine and perfect and get really good at that elevator, what gets the attention of the customer. But then you're lucky enough to walk around the room and talk to multiple people and set up calls and do that. So networking is the best way. If you want to start a business and you want to get your first customer, I would look up as many networking events as possible, and I would go that and I would start talking to people about what you do and what they do and how you can help them. I believe you do very successfully as well.
I agree with you, but I would like to add in this way, every stage you have a different network. Some network is working for startup. If you are an employee, you can go to networking. Middle level networking, you have a high end networking. So also you have to find out where your market is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And where you want to go.
So a friend and a mentor of mine is Stephen Thomas. Stephen Thomas wrote the book Business Networking for Dummies. And Stephen loves hearing I don't think my customer is at that networking event. All right? You have no idea who's in the room. You have no idea who you know and that person knows and the referrals. So I walk into a room and my network that I have, 4-time premiership winning coach Kevin Sheedy's number in my phone, Noel Whittaker and James Whittaker, who are incredible people. I know some very impressive people, but I walk into a networking room getting people don't know. But just as likely, people I don't know who you know and who you know and then who you know listening. So that network effect, sure, you might go to a networking event and no customers of yours are there, but who do they know?
Dear listener, if you don't know, I also run a co-working space called Western Business Hub, and we organize monthly business networking event for entrepreneurs and professionals. So every month we have 2 guest speaker experts who already have a successful business. They want to share their knowledge with others. And this year, our first event also sponsored by Tim's company authority. My question for you, why you interested to sponsor this event or helping this event to grow?
All right. Well, first of all, I believe in you. Right? That's the first thing. So when you came to me and you said, we're looking for sponsors, I believe in you. And I believe in the amazingness because I've been to your networking events. I've been to that. So I wanted to support that as the primary one. The secondary thing is I want to show over the 3 minutes that I'll be talking with your clients how they can create months worth of content just by doing the activities that they're normally doing in their business without wasting any more time, without fancy equipment, without fancy lighting. They can create really good stuff. I want to show people how to do that. So you've given me an opportunity to do that. And I also want to support the community. I believe that the Western suburbs have some incredible hustlers and hardworking business owners who are experts at what they do. But when it comes to promoting themselves via video, there's a missing link. So I want to show those business owners who come to the event on the 30th, in the 5 minutes that I have to talk, how they can really get that expertise out there. But I want to support the community of the West as well. So those are the main reasons why I did it. But yeah, the biggest one is I believe in you.
Thank you so much for trusting me and to support this event that definitely help the Western region business owner to get some more connection, more business, plus meet with the people you never met, talk to the people you never talk. And I believe when 30, 40 people in one room, it creates something different.
I was coming off the back of 12 months of a health sabbatical. Your event was the first networking event that I went back to for 12 months. I was nervous. I was a little bit unsure. I'm comfortable in rooms, but it had been 12 months since I'd been to one. As soon as I walk in, you greet me with a smile, shake my hand, and immediately you make me feel welcome. And that's the difference between networking event ABC to Imran's events. Imran will make you feel welcome. And if you want to come to a networking event, meet new people, collaborate, but also feel welcome in the room, Imran's the guy to talk to.
Thank you so much for this feedback, and I take it, but we have lots to give as well. But before we go to that, I will ask you, what is your dream for next 5 years?
I love that question. There are experts out there who are so good at their craft, so good at what they do, but they are not getting in front of the customers that they deserve to and they can serve because either something is missing in their marketing funnel or their sales system. I want to help the experts out there over the next 5 years impact the lives that they know they can impact via what I can show them how to do. So that's that. What's going to do for me in terms of my goals? We've just bought a house in Point Cook, so I'm really setting the base here. But my big vision for the next 5 years, and I haven't stated this publicly yet, my dad is no longer with us. He passed away 2.5 years ago. My dad was the lead civil engineer on the Rialto building in Melbourne on Collins Street. He designed the whole lot, right? He was the main lead engineer. It's still a feat of engineering, single pole building. I'm learning stuff about it every day. I now have a dedicated desk there, right? That is also on my business card as my business address. Now, my mum worked for Grollo. Grollo owned the building. My parents met on the Rialto building project. My dad now having passed away, that building is very special. So over the next 5 years, I'm going to go from dedicated desk to office space, to bigger office space, to floor, and the ceiling is the ceiling of where that goes. But that building means a lot to me. It's a space where the car park was designed for cars in the 80s, so it's very small, so I can be like, Dad, why'd you do that? You know, that building means a lot to me. So thank you for letting me share that. But over the next 5 years, I want to help as many experts. And what that's going to let me do is grow a family, build a future for me and my wife. But the North Star and the goal is for me to have office space, buy a piece of that building and beyond. So that's what I'll be doing over the next 5 years.
I think it's a great dream, and that's coming from the bottom of your heart. And like when anything connected to your bottom of your heart, your dream, I think that definitely comes very soon. And my best wish for you. But my last question for you, Tim, is if anyone want to be a marketer like you, any young person in this industry want to be a marketer, what is your suggestion for them?
If you want to learn and become a marketer, you watch Mad Men and you want to become an advertising person, go and get a sales job. Go and make cold calls. Go and learn how to sell. Go and learn why someone buys, why someone doesn't buy. Listen to objections. Fail on objections. Get told I need to think about it. I need to talk to my wife. Yeah. Learn how to get around that. Learn why people buy first. Go and learn how to sell. And then go into your degree. The good news is you can get a sales job from 18. But if you want to be a marketer, you got to understand why someone buys. The best thing that I ever did was go and learn how to sell. I used to be shy, introverted, nervous. I came out of my shell as I started to do sales and cold calling. If you want to be a marketer, don't go and do a marketing degree. Learn how to sell and then go and do a marketing degree. Get the boots on the ground experience. You can also go and do a lot of research yourself. There's great courses out there. But for me, the very best thing that I did to help my business, my career, and my clients is I learned how to sell, and then I went formal qualifications in marketing. That combination, you will always be successful in business if you know how to do that, because everything else, accounting, system, it's all outsourceable. But if you are a marketer and you don't know how to sell, you're missing out on opportunity. So I'll say it again. If you want to learn how to be a marketer, go and learn how to sell first.
That's a great advice, and thank you for all of this. I think there's a lot of value in what you share with us, especially marketing and your journey and the advice you give. Thank you so much, Tim, for this. And I think not many people has that courage to share from the heart and share all the things you learn, but you did it. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, listener.
Yeah, thank you. And if you want to find me, LinkedIn is the best place. Tim Beanland, Timbean, Vanelli, Land. So Beanland, look me up there, or Instagram. But LinkedIn is probably where you're going to get me.
And also, if you like to connect, come and join us at Western Business Hub Entrepreneur Connect. And we both will be there. Plus, we are happy to help you to connect with more other entrepreneurs, plus more valuable tips and discussion will be there. So join us together and it will be an amazing thing. And thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful time. We will come soon with the next podcast. Thank you. Thank you for listening my Migrant Soul podcast of this episode. I believe every migrant has a story, and I am grateful I can bring them in my podcast and you can listen to their story. If this story you think someone need to listen, feel free to share it and subscribe my channel. See you in our next episode. See you then.